Hey everybody, Max Kevin here. It's Little Cutie Podcast. It's not too long. Oh, and we're back with Zorro the 3.5 fat boy. Sitting in my fat lap like a little fat piece of fat. Oh, Zorro. Yeah, we watched some movies recently. Watched a few movies. Me and Zorro. He didn't really understand a lot of the movies, you know. That's because he's a dog and he doesn't understand human behavior. You know, sometimes he was barking at the screen, you know, because there was dogs barking in the movies, so he would start barking. And I'm like, oh, that's not a real dog, god damn it. It's on the TV. Sit down, you fat piece of shit. Alright, anyway, so have you guys seen any movies recently? Have you been going to the movie theater? Are you getting ready are there any movies coming out like Christmas season is usually like a big movie day, right? Christmas Day? Like what movies are even coming out Christmas? I don't even know. I feel like there's no movies coming out this year. Let's say Christmas Day movies, let's see. Christmas Day movies 2023. Of course, last year we had Avatar. We had Avatar 2. Okay, what's coming out this year? Anything? Oh, these are Christmas themed movies. I just want to say like release date. December 25th release date. Release movies, December 25th release movies. Okay, we see. We got Ferrari. Okay, I think maybe that's it's with Adam Driver, right? Adam Driver, hot up and coming star. Adam Driver playing Ferrari. Okay, that's up and coming. The Boys in the Boat. George Clooney's in it. How many boys we got in that boat there, George? We got The Color Purple, which has been made before. It's boring. We got Occupied City. It's a documentary. The Teacher's Lounge. It's basically like mainstream movies. We got Ferrari. That's it. It's the only one I've heard of. Man, nothing's coming out this year. Oh, I guess Aquaman. Oh, and Wonka, too. Okay, there we go. I don't want to see any of these movies. Anyway, saw a few movies recently. I finally saw Killers of the Flower Moon, dude. Killers of the Flower Moon. It's like that movie, There Will Be Blood, except it's with Indian people and a fat Brendan Fraser. He plays a fat lawyer. Brendan Fraser he's not wearing a fat suit, but he's still pretty fat. He was wearing a fat suit in that movie, his comeback movie that he won an Oscar for being a big fat fatty, but even without the fat suit, he's still pretty fat. Holy shit, what happened to Brendan Fraser, man? He used to have the body. He used to have the George of the Jungle body, and now he's a big fat fatty. Something happened there. Did he get molested by the I think that's what happened. He said he got molested by the Harvey Weinsteins, by the gay Harvey Weinsteins of the Hollywood industry or something. I don't know what exactly his story is, but he definitely got fat, you know. I guess that's what happens. That's what happens when you have a stressful life and gay people want to have sex with you for money. You have to get fat. Anyway, I think didn't his like ex-wife take all his money or something? I can't remember. I don't really care that much. Encino Man was a great movie though, huh? Encino Man? That was a good movie. Really like that one. Encino Man, The Mummy. That's a great movie too. Except for The Mummy 2, that movie sucked. And The Mummy 3, that movie also sucked. But, yeah, The Mummy. Let's see what else. I saw the Killers of the Flower Moon there, you know. Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, some Indian lady. Who else was in there? There was the guy from Third Rock from the Sun. Can't remember his name right now. John Lithgow. John Lithgow was in it. Who else was in it for a little bit? There's some, not cameos, but John Lithgow. The guy that was playing the cop, he kind of looks like a fat Matt Damon a little bit. I don't know, is he related to Matt? Was that Matt Damon? I don't even know. He kind of looked a lot like Matt Damon, like a fat Matt Damon. Anyway, it was okay. It was okay. Not as good as I thought it would be. You know, not Scorsese's best work in my opinion. I kind of like The Irishman better. Yeah, this movie is 3.5 hours long there. To be honest, there wasn't really that much character development. You know, it's like 3.5 hours, but you still don't really understand these characters or like their motivation. Like, okay, Robert De Niro, you know, he just plays a racist asshole. No, you understand his motivation. He just wants money, you know? But like the Leonardo DiCaprio character, his motivation didn't make any sense. You know, it's like his uncle's like, all right, you're going to marry this chick and you're going to have some babies with her and then we're going to kill her whole family. And then we're going to kill her and then we're going to kill your kids and then we're probably going to kill you too so I can get the oil money. And Leonardo DiCaprio is like, okay, let's do it. It's like, what was his, I don't know, the way he played the character was kind of like a dum-dum, like a happy-go-lucky, aloof dum-dum. They just kind of got conned to do it. But like that type of character doesn't really make any sense. It's like if you're like a happy-go-lucky, aloof guy who's just kind of dumb, you know, like they kind of want to make him like a likable character, you know, but then he's killing his wife's family and then he's poisoning his wife with insulin. You know, he's putting poison in her insulin, and that's not something like it has no internal conflict about this. Like you don't love your wife or your kids. I mean, that the type of person that would actually do that would be a fucking psychopath, right? It'd have to be a psychopath, right? And apparently the guy in real life was a psychopath. Like I don't know why, they portrayed him as like this happy-go-lucky kind of dum-dum that just got wrapped up in this plot there. No, that was, I mean, if you read the Wikipedia on this, I mean, it's clear like he was definitely a psychopath, and so was his uncle. And he purposely married this girl and attempted to kill her family. And holy shit, this chick was ugly. Holy, yeah. You see the picture of these people? You know, I guess it was from 100 years ago, but this Indian girl, man, she fell down the ugly tree there. Holy shit, dude. I mean, the actress that played her was pretty cute, you know? I mean, she was a little chub, but some people are into that, you know? But her face was cute, you know? But the real life Indian girl that she was playing, holy shit, you see her picture on Wikipedia, you're like, oh my god. That's the ugliest human being I've ever seen. Holy shit. Anyway, let's not ugly shame there, okay? You know, some people are born ugly. Some people are born looking like Brad Pitt, and some people are born looking like Brad Pitt's brother. Have you seen that? Look at Brad Pitt's brother. He's not attractive at all. He kind of looks like Brad Pitt a little bit, but he's just like completely unattractive. You're just like, how does DNA even work? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, anyway, so the character in real life, you know, I mean, he purposely married the wife and intended to kill her family and was gonna kill his own children there and collect the money there, you know. So he's definitely a fucking crazy psychopath person. And like in real life, like in the movie, they kind of made it like look like he got a deal to testify against his uncle there. But in real life, he went to jail. He went to jail 3 years before his uncle. So, for poisoning his wife there, you know. And as soon as his wife found out she was being poisoned, she immediately divorced him, you know, even before the trial there in real life, because that makes a lot more sense, you know. The real life version of the story makes a lot more sense. The movie version of the story doesn't really make any sense, you know. It's like she suspects that her husband is killing her whole family, and she's like, oh, okay, it's fine, I love him, he's cute. I mean, he's Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, he's pretty good looking, and I'm kind of an ugly. I'm a really ugly Indian girl, so I'm gonna marry this cute boy. Yeah. So that's the only thing I didn't really like about the movie, is because the characters, like the story, didn't really make any sense. But you know, the real life story makes sense, you know. But the story of the movie, they try to make them likable, so that doesn't really make any sense. You can't really make psychopath killers, mass murderers. You can't really make them likable. You know, I think that was a mistake. Maybe just tell the real story. I don't know, Scorsese. Scorsese, what you doing? And then I don't know. I felt like the cinematography was just all right there. You know, it's just kind of okay. Like they had that one shot. They had a good shot of like when they're on the farm there. That was kind of like the only good shot. And like I feel like a movie like this, you know, that takes place in like the nature areas should have just like some really nice cinematography there and some nice shots. But I don't know. Kind of felt like the cinematography was just okay. Anyway, it's a decent movie. I give it 2.5 out of 3 3/4 stars. Of course, I saw, what else did I see? I saw The Killer. So saw The Killer, directed by, was it David Fincher is his name? He made Fight Club. the girl with the dragon tattoo and some other shit. I don't even know. But he's sometimes a decent director. And anyway, this movie's about the killer. It's about Michael Fassbender, Magneto. He's a trained assassin. And it's about how being an assassin is actually boring. It's just really boring. You just sit around a lot. You just sit around a lot waiting. That's basically the life of an assassin. You just sit staring out a window for 3 days. It's kind of very boring, you know. Then after you kill that guy, you just sit in your car and wait for someone to come home for 3 days. So there's a lot of sitting around. I don't know if you guys ever wanted to go into the assassin field, you know, but apparently it's actually really boring. You know, I know they make it out to be like really cool, like James Bond, you know. Like, dude, I'm going to be an assassin. I'm going to be banging girls, drinking martinis, wearing tuxedos, going to fucking rich parties, and then assassinating foreign diplomats, dude. Sounds fucking badass, you know. But then if you do the reality, it's just like, oh, I'm just going to be sitting in this room alone for 3 hours. It's pretty boring. Pretty boring. Yeah, that movie was also kind of pretty boring, you know. It was okay. It was all right there, you know. You know, I heard one of the things they were talking about is how like one of the fight scenes was very realistic, you know, because like they were the guys fighting were using the stuff around them, you know. But in that sense, it was realistic. But then I mean, it was kind of like Home Alone, where they both killed each other multiple times, and they didn't die for whatever reason, you know. So in that sense, it wasn't realistic at all. But yeah, overall, it was an okay movie. It was okay. Yeah. I gave it 1.5 out of 3 1/3 stars. Then, of course, I also saw The Creator, which is like a sci-fi movie about robots, and directed by the director of Rogue One. You know, this is his first directorial debut, writing, directing, producing. It's his movie. It's his baby. And holy shit, that movie was terrible. Holy guacamole! Like the preview looked really cool, man. It's like, oh, this is cool. It's gonna be a little robot war. This is awesome. But nothing made sense at all. And the story didn't make any sense at all. Nothing. Okay, so this guy, the story is America gets nuked by the AI robots, you know, so they ban AI robots, you know, but China doesn't, or Asia doesn't, so all the AI robots, they move to Asia, you know. And then America's at war with the AI robots there, you know. And it's like 10 years later, you know, they're still at war with the AI robots, but it doesn't make any sense, because like, if one country had AI robots, you know, and more like with free labor, you know, and the other country didn't, the country with the free labor would have a massive economic advantage, would have a massive competitive economic advantage. So whichever country had the AI robots would destroy the country without the AI robots, no problem, you know, because those robots, they can work all day, every day, you know, and they don't give a shit because they're robots, you know. But yeah, so that doesn't really make any sense, you know. It's like America gets nuked, but there's still this superpower, you know. And they built this space station in space there. You know, it's like this flying triangle thing. It's got, you know, it shoots rockets or lasers. Like, it didn't really make it, like, it shoots rockets and bombs. It's like, well, why do you need that? Why do you need that thing in space there, you know? We already have, like, intercontinental ballistic missiles, you know? You don't need to go into space. We could just shoot them from America, and then the missile itself will go up into space, and then, like, there's no reason to spend $1 trillion on this flying thing in space there, you know? It doesn't really make any sense, you know? I mean, maybe if it had, like, a laser. Maybe if it had, like, a super laser beam, you know, like Independence Day, you know? That would have made more sense, you know? But it just shot rockets, which, I don't know. It seems like a waste of money. Seems like typical government spending. Yeah, so, like, this giant thing floating in space, like, every time you see it in the movie, it's like a different size. Like, sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big. It's like, hey, can you figure out a size for this thing? Maybe you should figure out how big this thing's supposed to be before you make the movie. All right? And then it has like a laser guiding. Like, it's supposed to be like scary, you know, if it flies over your town, and then it's laser sighting. You know, it's like a blue laser that scans the ground. It's like, why is that even necessary? Why would you need a blue laser to scan the ground? That, like, I mean, if you're actually scanning the ground, you know, I don't think you can do it with an invisible laser, right? It doesn't need to. What the fuck was the point of that? That didn't make any sense there. You know, that didn't make any goddamn sense, you know? And then of course, the main character guy there, you know, he's trying to find, like, the AI programmer. So he falls in love with it. He marries her daughter, the AI programmer's daughter. You know, he like gets married with her, and he falls in love with her. And he's like, baby, I love you, even though it's just like Killers of the Flower Moon. You know, like the person that would actually do that would have to be a psychopath. You know. But instead, he falls in love with her. He's like, baby, I love you. We're having a baby, but your dad is the secret programmer of the AI robots. We have to kill him. But I like, what did he think was going to happen when he told her that? You know, did he think she was just going to be like, oh, okay, you can kill my dad, no problem. I don't mind. I love you. That was dumb. That didn't make any goddamn sense there. Then of course he finds the new secret weapon AI robot, which is like it's a child, you know, and it can turn off other robots. That's a special power, is it can turn off other robots and other machines, you know, it can turn off cars and stuff. It can control stuff, but it's also a sweet child. It's also a sweet child. That it turns out his girlfriend her father wasn't actually the programmer. It was actually her. She was actually the programmer, not her father. It was actually her. She was just pretending. Her father didn't actually exist. So the main character guy, he was actually married to the actual programmer, and so they were actually trying to kill her, but he didn't realize it. And then she went into a coma or something. But before that, she made the secret weapon that she programmed to look like their child. And the only reason she programmed it to look like their child is because she lost the baby when she got nuked, but then she made the robot thing before she got nuked, so that didn't really make any sense either. So, let's see. It's just like that. I don't know. Nothing in this movie made sense. Like he goes to his friend who's actually part of the American task force, you know, who wants to kill robots. He like gets injured in the initial invasion, and they go like 10 years later, and then he's like married to a robot. It's like, what? How does that? Was that supposed to be like a thing on Vietnam there, you know? Like that, like Lieutenant Dan, you know? Like he was originally in Vietnam killing Vietnamese, and then he comes back with no legs. And he marries a Vietnamese woman, you know? I guess that was supposed to be a parallel there, but it didn't really make any sense, you know? This guy's like, I love robots. I love robots now. I used to want to kill them all, but now I love them. I love robots. Don't ask. And like he even asks him, he's like, how did that happen? And the character's like, don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. It's like, oh yeah, that's good. That's good writing. That's great writing. That's great. Don't even ask me about this thing that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, there's this one scene. He's like looking at the robot kid. He's like, wow, this is something I've never seen. This is something I've never seen. And he doesn't even open her up. He's just like looking in her head with like a stick. He's like poking a stick inside of the hole in her head. And he's like, wow, this is like nothing I've ever seen. It's like, well, you can't even see anything. And it looks exactly the same as all the other robots. So what the fuck are you talking about? This is like nothing you've ever seen. It looks exactly the same as every other robot in this movie. How do you? Anyway, let's see what else was dumb there. You know, it's like, I don't know. Everything about that movie was fucking terrible. I give it 0 out of 2.5 stars. The creator, it sucked. Anyway, I guess that's it for today for the little movie reviews. Have a good time with your family. In order of entertainment, I rate them Killers of the Flower Moon, then The Killer, then The Creator. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.